Hello, it's me, Recky, together with,
Carol.
and welcome back for another reaction with casseroles that has disappeared. And they have vanished.
According to the video.
According to the video, that
I
is.
mean, I trust you guys more than a video, so we are going to find out. And I love casseroles.
I am a huge fan of casseroles.
Yeah,
I think what I'm hoping to see is a casserole that we did not know existed.
Exactly, and that we can do still.
That we can do. We're gonna revive it and make it come back. But it is, if you want to check it out, it's on the channel called Vintage Lifestyle USA, and it's 20 famous casseroles that have vanished over time. Link for the channel and for the video will be located right down there in our description. Go there and give them the support that they so much deserve. If you do enjoy this, hit like and subscribe as per usual. Let's do this.
Yeah,
And I'm starving.
yeah, me too.
Perfect.
Curious about those forgotten casseroles that Mom made famous at the family table? As you daydream about that perfect casserole, let us regale you with 20 masterpieces that have sadly vanished. Firstly, fine dining and delectable foods are the perfect themes to start our list. And there is no better dish to represent that than chicken divan. Chicken casseroles stuffed with broccoli, cheese, and a special sauce. Not just any sauce from down the alley, this was the signature taste of the Divan Parisian restaurant, which actually invented chicken divans in New York City around the early 20s. Hence the association with fine dining, and its price matched its aesthetic. Like seriously, this thing cost you $1 and then some back then. Naturally though, everyone could not spread their bank account, so do it yourself. Cheaper alternatives of the dish came around. For those who could get it, they would gladly shill out their wallets for something so divine though, and that is the saddest part of it all. You could not find an authentic chicken divan anywhere if you tried even in a home chef's kitchen.
Oh.
In contrast, green bean casserole is a dish that reminds you.
Okay, so the chicken divan is, I saw they use some kind of cream of chicken or cream of something like
cream
that.
of celery, cream of
We cannot.
some. Yeah, we have
Yeah.
some kind of different, and I want to use them. So maybe we can try to get a recipe for chicken divan and taste it. But this I don't get. This is still very popular.
At least
Green
to
bean
our knowledge.
casserole.
Yeah, I have no idea.
So this haven't vanished, I think.
I do not know. I don't think so. Green bean casserole.
I mean, but it's a popular casserole.
Maybe it was way more popular than it is now.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah.
Of home. Bean casserole with mushroom soup that reminds you of afternoons spent driving to your aunt's or your vegan uncle who claims he makes an allegedly good one. Historically, the soup was something that America went more towards in the 80s and 90s. Remember our past videos had things like deep-fried cheese balls and whatnot? Yeah, that just could not last, and being honest, nobody expected it to. Definitely a you-had-to-be-there moment that would be overshadowed by people wanting to eat healthier. Probably to make up for past dietary sins, these people came to worship easy recipes like the green bean casserole. Sadly, nowadays, people prefer much more vibrant-tasting soups that do not make them feel like they are only eating it for the health benefits. While we have one creating a luxury eating experience and the other being a healthy way to enjoy a classic, beef and noodles casserole is something that simply raises questions. Yes, people had many fond memories of coming back home from a bad date or a long shift to a cup of beef and egg noodles. Lines have to be drawn just as much as delectable food needs to be consumed, and Americans drew theirs by putting it in a casserole. Ground beef and egg noodles in a tomato sauce sure seemed like a good dose of Mom's spaghetti. Only Mother Dearest never made her casseroles that way. Her spaghetti, meatballs, and her casserole pies were always separate dinners. Most old or middle-aged folk wanted to keep those customs, but the newer generations at the time were more into it.
Yeah, this is something you do all the time.
Proud, bold enough to try out new dishes, it eventually faded away as more and more people rejected the mix.
What?
Scalloped potatoes, on the other hand, were a type of fusion food, if you could call it that.
So
this is something that Swedes eat today. Like
this is fine dining in Sweden.
Yeah, it is.
Scalloped potatoes with a nice piece of pork or beef and a vegetable. This is extremely popular still in Sweden.
9 out of
That's
10
what-
times when you get invited, there will be potatoes like this. 9 out of 10 times.
Yeah.
People gladly welcomed with open arms. Thinly sliced potatoes that were put in a casserole dish and baked with cream or milk till the potatoes hit just the right amount of softness. End results were quite impressive as well, with people later adding cheese and fried onions to make various different fun ideas on the dish. As far as happy foods go, it may have left out the more filling and savory aspects of a standard casserole, but it was unmatched in terms of taste. Many movie marathons have been sustained purely on scalloped potatoes and some hot wings or potato wedges. People truly love this simple yet sweet dish, which seemed to give them a childish sense of glee. Lots of folk tend to find new favorite foods pretty fast, though, and old ones like scalloped potatoes become history book pages.
Oh, it's so
Chicken
good,
pot
though.
pie. Casserole needs no explaining because it takes 3 things the citizens of the U.S. love and makes them into one polished, perfect food. Firstly, a chicken pot pie, the kind you are used to your mother making or your dad picking up from that great spot at every corner. Then you paired chicken pot pie with a casserole dish and topped it off with a biscuit topping, which
Yeah.
made for the perfect
Pause.
savory flavor.
We haven't tried this yet.
No.
This is something that's on our list to do.
Yeah, chicken pot pie.
Chicken pot pie,
Yeah,
because it's
yeah.
a very
Souffle pie and stuff like that.
yeah. But just chicken pot pie. I don't know why, but maybe maybe it is that I'm old, that I look at older videos on YouTube, food related videos, because those people I follow does the green bean casserole, these kind of dishes still today.
But maybe it's a thing we don't. First of all, we don't know when the video came out. It could be like 6 years ago the video came out.
Yeah.
And all those casseroles are coming back again. I have no idea.
No,
But we can. I'm going to take a look when the video was actually released. It's a year ago. So
that it's not. I don't know. Maybe it's a younger
Could be,
generation
could be.
doesn't know about this, but I do actually. So, but chicken pot pie is something that we are going to try.
Absolutely. And I love chicken too. So
Yeah, me too.
You had yourself a dish that gave the crunchy, the gooey, the tangy, and the food comfort all in one. One that people had in every state during holidays, as this dish would be center stage on the dinner table. Man, this was even widespread enough that people would sometimes bring it into work. It really makes you think, what made something like that go out of fashion? Maybe people wanted to move away from dishes that had nothing but meaty flavors with cheeses and sauces. Corn pudding is a dish that may not have been as grand as the rest so far,
Pudding?
but it was a simple DIY casserole that made your day. Corn pudding was made with stewed corn and thickening agents that helped give it a pudding or custard-like texture. However, it was not typically baked in a traditional
But is corn pudding the same as corn casserole? Because we
No.
have tried corn casserole.
I want to see.
Yeah.
casserole case. Instead, it had a custard dish that the pudding would go into and then be baked in. Now, down in the South, this was the food gospel. People just loved it all over, especially in less urban areas where corn was widely and daily consumed, particularly during times of economic uncertainty when households had to cut corners in the kitchen. Corn pudding was a cheap and easy-to-make casserole that was not too shabby.
I am curious of this.
What is the difference between the corn casserole and the corn pudding?
But he says it's like a pudding finger in. Yeah, we need to check that, or you guys can tell us what's the difference, if there is, because then we need to try this too.
Yeah, definitely.
Nowadays, people like that have moved more to poaching local wildlife than taking Mother Nature's gifts, and as a result, corn pudding went extinct too. The Hamburger Helper casserole takes the flashiness factor and ups it to a 10 unlike corn pudding.
Okay,
Haven't we done this?
you guys, our enablers in our community, have gifted us Hamburger Helper.
Yeah.
We haven't done it as a casserole yet. We have
So
just
we
done
need to
it.
do it as a
So we need to
casserole.
try that too.
I wonder if he does it the same way and
Yeah.
just
And
put a
you-
nice layer of
Oh.
because that actually make my days. Okay.
Blurring the lines between a casserole and lasagna, This dish also blurred the lines between a simple Tuesday baking session and a literal gift of God. Consisting of pasta, hamburger patties, and a cheesy sauce layered on top, this mixture was then baked into a casserole. As you kept getting deeper into the behemoth, the more irresistible it would get. Although this dish was really high in saturated fats and calories, most doctors recommended avoiding trendy foods like these for their link to heart problems too.
Oh my days.
Hence, people took much more cautionary attitudes toward their line blurring, making hamburger helper pizzas a thing of the past. Now let's put the Frankenburger casseroles and chicken pot pies aside and go back to a real icon like the shepherd's pie.
This one we actually had on the have tried on the channel, shepherd's pie, and it was delicious.
It looks amazing.
And it was a long time ago we did.
And but shepherd's pie isn't that an English thing too?
I think so.
Or British.
Her knows of this, her mother knows of this, her mother's dad knows of this, and his fourth cousin had this every year for family gatherings. Not an exaggeration by any means, the shepherd's pie really was just that loved across every state. Just simple meats like lamb or ground beef cooked or minced to their limit, baked and topped with mashed potatoes in a casserole. Literally, what more does a person even ask of a plate of food? Can we get much higher? Was the question on most chefs' minds, as shepherd's pie was hard to improve on, making the market highly competitive. No one had one unique standout shepherd's pie, and most were as good as each other. Of course, that meant great things for customers, but sadly, those days of privilege and good-tasting casseroles are gone now. Shepherd's pie is more a southern tradition than a statewide phenomena now. Here is a casserole that came from Latin American cuisine and worked really well.
I'm sorry we're pausing this much, but I have a cookbook that I got from you guys, casseroles, pasta base and stuff like that. And I told you last week that I saw this Tex-Mex egg casserole.
Yes.
And this is absolutely something that comes up now soon, because I think this
is right up our alley, because both me and Carol, we are luckily after 21 years, we have basically the same taste buds when it comes to what we like. And we like it easy, sloppy, cheesy, dripping with fat. So this is exactly what this is. It looks amazing.
Yeah, and I think I get the video now. I think that they mean that they have vanished from the restaurant world. Yeah. They don't sell it anymore. No, I think so.
It's not that they disappear from the face of the earth. It's more or less like people still do it, but they do it home.
Yeah.
Which is the infamous Mexican egg casserole. Typically stuffed with popular Mexican spices and chilies, along with eggs baked into a dish jam packed with cheese, this meant that you had no worries. Ordering this meant you were getting twice the bang for your buck. No tastes were coming close to the area of flavors this was in, and none that tried to copy it succeeded.
The noodles.
See,
where's the noodles?
Flavors do work, but they often have a certain blandness. Spices are not as prevalent in traditional American cuisine, and dishes like these help fill that gap. Mexican egg casseroles were a common find at any Latin American diner or restaurant, perfect as takeout, a meal to enjoy on a date, or even as a treat to savor all by yourself. Nowadays, most restaurants do not commonly sell this casserole anymore, but some old-school Mexican joints may still make a mean one. This one is definitely something that did not sit well with some, while it was something being served at every dinner for others. The tuna noodle casserole was a divider. A controversy raiser, if you will, and one that set people into arguments across every forum, thread, and tweet out there. Some people said that America was too stuck in the brief moments where it hit culinary gold and needed to experiment more if it wanted to recreate those highs. Others said there was no need of messing up a dish that worked fine on its own.
This is the one I want to try too.
100 different versions.
Absolutely amazing.
We tried the Betty Crocker cookbook type, and I want to try this type too, because I love peas. I love the everything. So I need to try this too. But this is not going
That's
up
how
to
you know. I love the piece and I love everything. That's how you narrow it down.
Yeah.
So what you had was something you had to ask your friends if they were okay with, or else you were
Thank you.
ordering out. When
Yeah,
you
that
see it
is
from
it.
that
Yeah,
angle,
yeah.
tuna noodle casseroles could never have really lasted too long. Just like its predecessor on this list, baked spaghetti casseroles did not last too long either.
What?
We remember well and clear what people's candid opinions on beef and noodles casserole was.
I
A
mean,
lot of the millennial crowd believed that it was a dish with no real sense of self. Like, if you want spaghetti, just have spaghetti.
But it's
Casseroles are somewhere else on the
good.
spectrum, and maybe they were right in avoiding it without even a single try. Some people did give it a fair shot, though, and ended up liking it. But the general consensus was that spaghetti sauces do not go well with casserole dishes.
it
Nor
is.
do they fare well when baked with cheese. Baked spaghetti casseroles kind of had a cult following, and because of that, they never
That is the best thing in the world.
This is something that Carol does like twice a month.
Yeah. Yeah. Absolutely. I love
And
it.
every time when I get home and she says like we got some dinner and I check in the oven, I said, sweet, it's a spaghetti and meat sauce casserole.
I love that.
Yeah.
never lasted
Same.
long enough to be more than a footnote in the ages.
Oh,
So
Here's
good.
another one that takes hearty inspirations from our Mexican neighbors. Enchiladas casseroles were the talk of the town when they first showed up. See some people randomly combining foods that work just fine.
Yeah, but this
Solo
one we
are
had
not
done.
mad scientists. They are real visionaries, and there is a tunnel with a light at the end only they can see. In this case, the luminescence came from the light bulb that went off in people's heads when they thought two things. Why not use layered tortillas with enchiladas and other vegetables? Kick it up a notch with a sauce that actually worked in casseroles paired with cheesy meat, and you had a winner. Every winner must let go of their championship belt someday, and these were no exception.
Oh, wow.
Yet chicken and rice casseroles, despite
Yeah,
employing
this one-
similar ideas of basic dishes that work great along with a fine casserole, did not hit as well as people
Yeah.
thought it would.
No, but we
The
need to
textures
try
of
this.
grilled chunks of chicken with rice, gravy, or a spicy sauce and cheese were not appealing.
Plus,
Not as much as it
I guess that was uncooked rice.
it was uncooked.
And I like that even more because
Yeah.
you don't have to, you can do it all in one. I need to,
That they
check that
added
out.
way more fluid in it too.
yeah,
It's
exactly.
gonna
It's
boil
going
up
to
in
cook
this
in the
one.
oven.
Yeah.
But this is something we need to try too.
theoretically should be, but so many things are better in imagination than on a plate at your table. Chicken and rice casseroles definitely were something that had a very natural fall into irrelevance. They did not have much of a presence back in the day either.
What the heck?
People wanted their
Ah.
casseroles to feel like a buffed up pizza, and this just was not doing that for folks.
But that's
So it has
smart.
become an idea health-obsessed housewives
Dude, what in the ever-loving
I thought
chicken.
the chicken was in.
Chopped.
Yeah.
But that looks
That
absolutely
looks-
amazing. I'm getting
Yeah.
a panic vibe because there's only 2 chicken. But
from the 70s may remember.
looks amazing.
Yeah.
Cozy hearty food went to its golden age with the advent of tamale pies.
This is
Tamale
something
pies
too.
were a casserole dish that included enchilada sauces, tamales, ground beef, cheese, and a spicy tomato sauce. And of course, something for the crunch, which cornmeal crust did a great job at providing. Nothing rivaled the sensation of a good tamale pie, which you could find in any respectable restaurant, especially in cities in the Southwest. Most of these savory-type dishes that challenge the tame spice tolerance of an average Joe get popular down south. Perhaps they could share their flair for spice with other regions of the USA someday. Unfortunately, the dish reminded a family tradition after its days in the spotlight and dwindled from kitchens, now largely being a fond memory.
Wow.
Oh, wow.
Macaroni and cheese casserole had a proud and very cherished career in that
Pause.
bright period.
Okay, so we need tamale. Isn't that?
I don't know.
I don't
honey.
know. That one.
But it looks absolutely amazing.
Yeah, it
and,
was like the cornbread casserole we
Yeah,
did.
and we need a different way to use the Jiffy one. So we got a great one
Yeah.
here, to be honest.
And this is funny too because we have gotten so much mac and cheese products from you guys.
yeah.
We have tried them just as is, but we never tried a casserole.
Nope,
So we need to try that too.
After things like tamale pies became more popular. Also, It is one of the only pasta and cheese casserole dishes to really work. Turns out, two foods known for being a reliable friend when in need of one become your bestie when you put them together. Almost too soft, completely filled with cheese and chewy hot macaroni with all the perks of a casserole, this dish was a certified MVP of the 70s and 80s. However, it eventually got out of hand when people began creating excessively fatty versions with more cheese, sausages, and other toppings. Since then, it has
so
gone down
delicious.
in rank because you gotta care about your gut too, you know? A healthy contrast to the macaroni and cheese casserole is the zucchini tomato casserole. Often served with soy and onion dipping sauce, children preferred to stay away from this vegetable casserole, but adults loved the taste. If you have ever seen the film Ratatouille, the zucchini tomato casserole looks exactly like the main dish served up at the end. With sliced zucchini and tomatoes arranged in layered patterns and a hearty topping of cheese and breadcrumbs, the zucchini tomato casserole was truly ratatouille coming to life. This casserole was preferred to be consumed during summers, as the tomatoes and zucchini were a refreshing alternative to heavier casseroles. Over time, the dish became less common amongst home chefs due to children disliking.
Looks absolutely amazing.
Yeah,
And
that gave me inspiration now.
very much inspiration. I do believe that this is a perfect thing to have. Let's say when I'm out barbecuing and you do this.
Yeah,
and
exactly.
I'm bringing in some
could just
good barbecue.
Go
and,
to the garden, pick what I want, and do this.
yeah,
That's
you can
perfect.
actually have homegrown zucchini and homegrown tomatoes.
Yeah.
Absolutely amazing.
Yeah.
The vegetable base in this casserole. As fewer people cooked the casserole for dinner, it eventually disappeared from tables completely.
Oh,
The King Ranch chicken on the bright side was beloved by children and adults alike. There is no questioning why the dish was popular amongst people, as one of the main ingredients was tortilla chips. Now we know how liked chips are in the States. Make it part of a food item, and you have a potential fan favorite on the dinner table.
okay.
It helped that making the King Ranch chicken was a quick and easy process. All you had to do was have slices of boneless chicken layered on tortillas chips, then add a layer of cheese and creamy tomato sauce.
I
With
want
just
to
a few
try that.
simple steps, your King Ranch chicken was ready. People presumed this casserole to be more of an appetizer snack rather than a dinner item, but that did not stop people from having their fair share of cheesy tortillas throughout dinner time.
We need to
Eventually,
try that
modern
too.
nachos recipes replaced the place of King Ranch chicken on dinner tables,
Oh my
causing it to become a
days.
forgotten gem.
Oh, that
You
looks.
may be familiar with broccoli casseroles, but did you know that pearl onion broccoli bake was a popular variant amongst people who enjoyed broccoli but wanted more from their casserole?
What?
This scrumptious recipe uses broccoli florets and pearl onions that are cooked in a creamy sauce made using heavy whipping cream and cream cheese. Do not let the creamy cheese sauce distract you from the fact that pearl onions have numerous health benefits attached to its name, like cardiovascular health and being an antioxidant. Vegetarian families across the state welcomed the dish onto their dinner tables because of how delicious and healthy it was.
Wow.
Given that the recipe required only a few ingredients, the cheap nature of the recipe made it popular amongst working class and middle-income households as well. The dish, however, never found mainstream success, which is the main reason why, as time passed,
Oh, I
lesser
want to
tables
try
had
that.
pearl onion broccoli bake as a main dish.
But
I want to try that.
the thing is that this is actually a good side. We go in, you have, it's just a side for me. I gotta tell you one thing, that what we call them in Swedish, because
Pärlök.
we do call
Yeah,
them
we call
pearl
it
onions
pearl,
too in
yeah.
Swedish, but it's actually translated the right way.
The problem is that our pearl onion is pickled.
Yeah,
I don't know if I can get
maybe
like.
we could.
Maybe I can plant them.
Maybe
I
you can plant them. All right, all right. This looks absolutely delicious.
Yeah.
Stuffed peppers can likely be traced back to the
Yeah.
ancient Middle
Yes,
East,
we
but
need to do that
stuffed
too.
pepper casserole, that is completely an American marvel. Stuffed
Oh,
pepper casserole was mostly famous in rural parts of the states where farming and growing chilies was a common practice. Households started using freshly grown chilies to create a casserole variation of stuffed peppers that would eventually be known as stuffed pepper casserole. Ground beef was used as an added protein, and peppers were cut up to be mixed with rice and cheese. This would then be cooked in a tomato sauce to create a deconstructed stuffed pepper dish.
That's
Today, you would barely come across this casserole on an average dinner spread at any home.
what?
The dish never became famous in the first place, so it's no surprise that barely anyone serves it anymore. However,
Why?
taste-wise, it's a shame that stuffed pepper casserole is forgotten today. Cheesy broccoli casserole has a rich history, starting back in 1866 when Elmire Jolicoeur, a French-Canadian in New Hampshire, created the first modern casserole. This dish, combining soft broccoli with creamy cheese and crunchy breadcrumbs, was a favorite in many homes. However, as people started to prefer bold and complex flavors, this simple and comforting casserole became less popular. Though it's not seen much today, it's still remembered fondly by those who grew up with it.
We need to try
Despite
that
its
too.
traditional roots, cheesy broccoli casserole fits well into a healthy diet, offering a tasty yet light option for meal times.
Oh,
Which casserole do you wish you still came across on tables today?
I'm gonna tell you, this was just painful. Nothing else, honey. It was just painful to watch.
very good video.
Yeah.
I love that he
Even though it was
talked
AI.
and you can see the recipe, the ingredients. This was a really great video. I'm starving and I want all of those now. But I got inspired, actually.
I hated every second of it because it just made me extremely hungry. Like 9 of 10 of them was divine. I want to try them. I
We
got
have so
really
much
hooked.
to do.
We have a lot of things to do. The only thing that was surprising here was definitely the pearl onion. That looks absolutely amazing as a side dish to
Yeah.
to the protein. whatever
Yeah,
you want to
wow.
have. Just to have a couple of these and it looks absolutely amazing.
Yeah.
I don't know what to tell you.
We are going to, we have a bunch to do
We
here.
have a casserole series coming up here.
Casserole series. Write down what you want us to start with.
Yeah, help us out. I would love that. And just say everything because everything wants to be tried. So,
Yeah.
and again, I agree. It was a great channel. It was a great video. It's called Vintage Lifestyle USA. The video is called 20 Famous Casserole That Have Vanished Over Time, at least from restaurants. That is. I do believe that some of them are actually made home with you. Go if you want to go there to the channel. You find the link for the channel, and of course for the video we just watched. They will be located in our description. Go there and give them support that so much deserve. If you like this, don't forget to hit the like and of course subscribe if you're new to the channel. A big thank you to everyone who supports us on Patreon, channel membership on YouTube, no matter what tier. You guys are completely amazing. Same goes to the PayPalers, the super thankers, and of course the best community ever, you guys in the comments. Love to read your comments. Thank you.
Thank you.
And that will be the end of it.
Yeah.
I'm Recky.
And I'm Carol.
You
Stay safe.